Hi everyone, welcome back. I am bringing you the highs and lows of 2022, my candle business. My name is Melissa, the owner of Cali Meets NYC, and we're a Newark-based home fragrance company. And I make YouTube videos about candle making, business tips, and life in between. So let's get into the highs and lows of 2022. So one of my first highs of 2022 was I created my first crowdfunding campaign. Yeah, I was really excited to create a crowdfunding campaign. I watched tons of Shark Tank, and I know that's one of the ways to fund for your business. So I created my campaign on I Fund Women, and although I did not reach my goal, it was one, a great learning experience, and two, a really great way to jump in front of people and to hone my pitching skills. So my next high of 2022 was Cali Meets NYC. So we got our first feature in House Beautiful. So I was really excited. I always want our candle company to get in front of more press and to have our name be really global. So that was a really big win for us. I had started with a publicist, and she had like a program, was like a consulting program where you basically learned from her, but you were the publicist essentially because you were the one who was reaching out. So I actually learned a lot of publicity skills as well. So it's something that I lack on with the networking and things of that nature. So I got to hone in my networking and publicity skills and get our first feature. Through that, I also, within my talks with publicists, mentor, we were talking, and I was telling her about that mental health is really important for us. And I started to pitch, not being superwoman. Now, this particular story I wrote 5 years ago. Well, yeah, about 5 years ago. My grandma had passed away. I got diagnosed with severe anxiety, and I was depressed. I was also suicidal. And a lot of things happened. And during that time, and I wrote this article, and I was a freelance writer in my previous life, and I started pitching it to people because I felt like the story needed to be told, and everybody said no. Everybody said no, that the story wasn't right for them, and I just got really down, and I just kind of let the story go. Well, anyway, having talks with, my publicist mentor, and we honed it in. She helped me really hone in the pitch. And I actually got a byline in Fast Company. And to say that I'm overjoyed is a complete understatement, because it's such a big story that needs to be told, with being a superwoman, and you don't have to have it all together, and you don't, you do have to take care of yourself, and you do have to figure out these things that make you happy and that keeps your mental going sanely. So it's such a big story, and I'm really excited that I got the opportunity to write for Fast Company, and that the editor really loved the story. She loved the pitch, and I pitched it as if, I was just pitching the story, not for me to write. And then she said, "Oh, this is great. I would love for you to write it. it's such an important piece and story to tell. I was just overwhelmed with excitement because this is my little writer dream coming true, that this story was just going to get told. And it's something that's relatable. I'm going to share that if you're really curious to see the future from House Beautiful, and then my byline and Fast Company, click the links in the description. So the next high is, you remember how I told you about the crowdfunding campaign and me honing my pitch? Well, I decided to apply for a pitch competition that's locally in New Jersey. And I wasn't going to apply before because I didn't think I had a chance. And I was scared. I got an email that said, congratulations, you are a finalist. So I became a finalist in my first pitch competition ever. And it was such a thrilling experience. And I was just overwhelmed with joy and excitement and learning about how to pitch and meeting the people who my fellow finalists. And it was such amazing experience. And now I know what to do for my next pitch competition. I ended up expanding the product line into 2 more categories. So I added body butter and then also reed diffusers. I wanted to bring them in small quantities because I wasn't sure how my audience was going to respond. So I always think that, one, you need to survey your audience to see, hey, is this going to work? And I surveyed, and a lot of people were excited. But I said, you know what? I'm going to be on the cautious side. I wanted to be very intentional with the product lines and the launches. So I honed in on what I was doing, what scents that I was going to launch in the initial reed diffuser launch, and then also to body butter. So I honed in on my recipe. I tested it out, gave to family and friends, had them test out, honed in the recipe a little bit more, and then brought it to market. So I'm really excited that those 2 categories launched. And then the other thing that I'm really happy about, now I have been doing my photography since the inception of the business. So since the inception of Callie Meets NYC, every iteration of photos on my website, not now, but previously, have been my own. So that 2022, I was really, really glad to implement a brand lifestyle photo shoot for myself. It was my first professional photo shoot for my business, for myself. So I was really happy, and I was extremely nervous about this process because I wasn't sure. My makeup artist I worked with before, she was my makeup artist for my wedding, and she had recommended actually the lifestyle photographer, and I'll insert some pictures here. And I had a blast, and it was the best thing ever because these photos I have used countless amount of times, countless. Every time I applied for something, they were asking for a headshot. I can actually send them an actual headshot and not a selfie. So this is something that is a necessary part of your business, and I'm like sad that I waited so long to do that. Well, the second thing I did was have a professional candle shoot. I'm very excited because I wanted to put a little bit more money into certain things. Even though I had launched the reed diffusers, I had photographed them. I wasn't happy with the photographs I personally took, and I just couldn't wrap my head around what was going to work in my current space. I don't have a big space. I work out of a one bedroom apartment. So everything is kind of like very, very cluttered. And so it's really hard to get all the levels you need for the reed diffusers. So I was really happy that I did a shoot with Suna. If you don't know, Suna is like an online photography studio. So basically you can do like remote shoots, and they Zoom you. You give a shot list of everything you want. So you're kind of like, you are the creative director / producer for your shoot. So you can have a stylist on set, you have the photographer you're talking to, and so you're on there, you're chatting with them, you're giving them direction. Hey, can you tweak this? Can you move this? Can you do this? And it's really great. So I had Suna. I also had a different photographer do some other shoots with some more reed diffusers and candles and room and linen sprays, and that was great too. They're a photography company that actually reached out to me, and I wasn't sure if they were real. I wasn't sure if they were real when they reached out to me via email, and I connected with them, and they're a Canadian photography team, and they were absolutely amazing. I can't wait to use both Suna and the photographer is Ray and Story, and they are both amazing what I did. So on to my lows for 2022. So yes, I got into my first pitch competition, but however, I did not place. I did not have first, second, or third, and I was disappointed, but it was a learning experience. I went first, so just a life lesson that there is going to be technical difficulties, and technical difficulties I did have. I had some slide issues, and for me, my mental, I just couldn't get over the slide issues, and I kept on just wanting to go back and click back to the slide. So I'm like, listen, I worked so hard on my slide, but I only had 3 minutes to hone in my pitch, and I just did not do that as well as some of my other fellow competitors. And I know what I need to do next time. I was really, really focused on my numbers, and people wanted to hear the story. So I need to go more into the origin story of Cali Meets NYC, go more in depth with how we got started, why we got started, and the origin of the different candles. Our candles are named after zip codes, and why, certain zip codes and this and the other. So I need to do that. I know for next time. So I just know that this is only the beginning, and never again will I ever let fear stop me from doing something. I won't ever do that. So I applied for the Sephora Accelerate program back in September. I was really excited, did my, video and everything. I edited it really nicely. I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Unfortunately, I was not chosen, and that is okay. I think honestly I was more heartbroken about the Sephora Accelerate than the pitch competition, because I really wanted that mentorship, but then I looked at the caliber of people who were accepted into the Sephora program, and I'm just like, you know what? It's okay, because you can try next year, and the year after that, and the year after that if you don't make it. And it's okay, because it is a learning experience. It's a learning experience, and on top of that, it may not have been the program for you, and that's okay too. So I was very, very disappointed with this. My sales goals were not met in 2022. And when I tell you not met, I missed them by a mile. Not even by a mile, by miles. I actually went down in sales from 2021. My sales in 2021 were higher. And I tried to figure out why and try to understand my numbers a little bit more. There was a market that I was counting on doing in December, and unfortunately it got canceled. The venue is no longer in existence, and they could not find a better venue or a venue that was comparable to the one that they previously had, because that would have been an additional $2,000 plus. And it was just really disappointing, and I did not find another event that was comparable to that one. We have done previous events with this particular place, and we did well. We did one in November with them, and we did phenomenal. We did phenomenal, as highest we've ever done. And I wanted to do that also in December too, and it just didn't pan out. We also in 2021 had some gifting opportunities with some companies. So we had our first big wholesale, corporate gifting, and I did not pursue any corporate gifting this year. I'm not exactly sure why I didn't, and that's on me. I didn't do any B2B marketing. I was focused on B2C marketing. Now, what is B2B and what is B2C? B2B is business to business, and B2C is business to customer. I was really, really focused this year on business to customer, which I was not. I keep on saying this year, 2022. I was focused on B2C marketing in 2022 for the holiday season versus B2B, because in 2021, I was focused on B2B marketing. Now, I need to learn how to do both, because both are very helpful to have. And so my Black Friday, Cyber Monday went very well, but my corporate gifting did not. So I need to work on that for this year to hone in both. What also contributed to me losing sales is I lost wholesale clients and retail partners. So I actually let go of some of my wholesale clients. One, it wasn't serving my personal mental health very well. I was getting berated on the cost of my candles, and they were comparing me to another candle company, and I started to feel really, really down about my company, because I was being compared to somebody else and saying that my candles look like crap in comparison to theirs. And I was very heartbroken by that, and I didn't think another business owner should be doing that. And for me, at first, I was trying to hold on to this client so bad because I wanted it to work so much. And I'm like, but you're the boss. Lose them. They're not right for you. And that is okay. They're not right for you. Another retail partner I had lost. Unfortunately, I'm really sad that I lost them. They actually went out of business, and it makes me really sad because it's local. It was my first retail partner, and they went out of business. They closed their store, and it's in walking distance to where I currently live, and it's heartbreaking because there are so many businesses that are closing, and that I think that I'm so grateful that mine is still standing. And I just know that, 2023, all these lessons I'm putting together, I'm going to, one, learn from them, and two, do better in 2023. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and make sure you like, subscribe, and comment for more videos like this. Till next time, bye you guys.